Good afternoon, Zimbabweans. I'm so happy to be here. I want to take this opportunity to thank people who invited me here, Trust Zimbabwe, to share with you how we can go about Africa in general and how we can shape Africa we need, maybe in 100 years to come. My coming here is not a surprise because where I'm from, Uganda and Zimbabwe, we are brothers, but most of you don't know this. During the slave time, this country before it came to Zimbabwe, it was called Rhodesia. Rhodesia was a dispatch of slaves to Europe. So when they used to collect people from Uganda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, Nigeria, they could gather them here and then after dispatch. So lucky enough, some people used to escape, and those people who escaped are the people who made Rhodesia. And among people who escaped were the great fathers of the late Mzee Robert Mugabe, and those great fathers were from Western District of Kabale in southwestern Uganda. So Robert Mugabe was our brother. So that's why when you go to Uganda, you'll find Mugabe. You go to Tanzania, you'll find Mugabe. You go to Zimbabwe, here there is Mugabe. Nigeria, Mugabe. So really, we are brothers and sisters. So I want to send my warm greetings to Zimbabweans and also to let you know that Ugandans love you and they have sent warm greetings to you. Back to the theme of today, the future of Africa. I hope and I know what I'm going to share with you today is going to help people who are here, and those who will listen to this message will also be important to everyone who is going to listen to this message. The future of Africa. Before I go any other further, I want to tell you in Uganda, God, the person above us all, the man above us all. In Western Uganda, we call him Ruhanga. In Central Uganda, they call him Katonda. In Northern Uganda, it's called him Rubanga, and other parts of the country in different dialects. When you go to Sudan, they call him Ojak, Katonda, Ruhanga. When you go to Kenya, it's called Mungu. When you go to Tanzania, it's called Mungu. And when you come to Central Africa, in Ghana, some of them call him Bore Bore or Kurunkuru. Even here in Zimbabwe, some of you call him Okurunkuru. Even in South Africa, they call him Okurunkuru. That means that we are the same people because we are speaking the same language. But what has divided us is colonialists and what we are trying to fight right now. Now, what are we supposed to do to shape Africa? Number one, I'm going to give you only 3 strategies that we need to make sure that we go from this chain of colonialists to the future of Africa. Some of us, some countries in Africa, we are colonized. We gained our independence, but we are still colonized. You cannot even imagine that a country like Uganda, before Parliament passes a budget, it has to go to the Commonwealth in England so that they approve. You can imagine that we cannot even decide priorities of a country. We cannot even, our parliaments cannot approve our budgets. They have to first go to England. After being approved by England Congress, then it comes back to Uganda and our parliament approves it. And then you come here and say, we are independent? That is madness. We need to be independent psychologically, socially, economically, and etc. But if we are not independent in those areas, that means we are not independent. Independence was just mere word, but it was not the real independence we are talking about. Secondly, these boundaries, the so-called borders, we have to first deal with those ones. I want to thank President Museveni of Uganda, the President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, Tshisekedi of Congo, and others who inducted Congo into the East African community. What does that mean? It means that people in East African community now, with 7 countries, a Ugandan is free to cross border, free without even tax, and cross to Democratic Republic of Congo, sell his cow, and come back with money. Even Congolese now allowed to cross into Kenya without tax and sell their timber and other stuff in Kenya. That's what we call integration of federation. So what East African is doing now, if SADC and ECOWAS come together and join the East African community and we negotiate together, that means we have a common voice. And if you have a common voice and a common market, that means you have powers to negotiate with Europe. If Europe wants something from Africa, SADC, East Africa community, now ECOWAS, they are together, they can negotiate and say, we are giving you this, we want this in return, not to take our raw materials every day and now and then. That is very dangerous. So we need to have, we have to have economically empowered. You have to be economically empowered. How are we going to be economically empowered? Not empower leaders, our leaders, but empower our people. If people are empowered, countries are empowered. Number two, we need to look at security strategy. Enemies like ADF in Uganda are the people that are making people in the Democratic Republic of Congo not sleep. Enemies in Rwanda are the people that are making people in the Democratic Republic of Congo not sleep. So if we come up with security, the African security, it will also help us to mitigate the issue of insecurity in this continent. For example, there is a war going on in Ukraine and Russia. Where is our center of gravity as far as security is concerned? In Africa. When you go to Europe, they have United States and NATO. When you go to Asia, they have China. If you go to the other side, they have Russia. Where is our center of gravity as far as security is concerned in Africa? Nothing. That means if anything happens in Africa, things go wrong. For example, what happened in Libya? Muammar Gaddafi was killed. Nothing happened. There was no center of gravity. The African Union you hear is just a scarecrow. They never did anything. What happened in Tunisia? What happened in Sudan? Nothing. We need to have a center of gravity in Africa as far as security is concerned. Another thing is security. Another thing is education. When these Europeans came, they introduced this scholar education. You go in class, they teach you X, Y, Z, how Vasco da Gama crossed the river, River One, come to Africa, and then after they employ you, after employing you, they can fire you anytime. I want to implore you African leaders who are here, and more especially my friend Munangagwa, that come on, we need skilled Africans. African youth need skills. I always tell you that a skill is a lifetime job. You will die with it. If you're a carpenter, you will die a carpenter. If you're a plumber, you will die a plumber. But this X plus Y equals Z, then you go in office and start making reports. That one is not taking Africa anyway. It is only in Africa where a person graduates with masters in electrical engineering, but he cannot even manufacture bulb. It is really a shame. We need to skill our youth, we need to skill our people and give them empower them with skills that they can even move on their own. But these employments are very dangerous. Finally, I want to tell you that Africa, every year we spend 500 billion US dollars, 500 billion US dollars on telecommunication. If you make a call here, Europe makes money because they are the one providing services with their satellites. If we come up with 54 countries in Africa and come up with our satellite in the sky, that means the 500 billions will remain here in Africa and we do other things. So we need to focus on what is important to our people. But the most important thing we need to focus right now is to get rid of these borders. These borders are barriers for future of Africa and for unity of Africa and economy of Africa. Let a person move from Nigeria, enter Zimbabwe, trade free. Let a person move from Zimbabwe, goes to South Africa, does work freely. That's how we can empower Africa, and that's how we can come together and build this Africa. I want to thank you, people of Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for inviting me here to share with you, and I hope to come again if I'm invited. God bless Zimbabwe. I'm supposed to be in South Africa next week, and I will be there also sharing the same message. So God bless you. God bless Africa and God bless Africans.